Alright, welcome back everybody to Bergmoor 2K15 version 1.1. If you saw our little intro video, we are new to this YouTube thing, so we did make it, got that one posted, and a couple people found us. Nobody gave us a like, but it wasn't too fantastic of a video, so we're okay with that. We'll just keep going on and see if we can work out the little bugs that we got going. And we did get some equipment all put together here on the farm and kind of got things situated. So we've been pretty busy, and we're ready to go with more of a full, real episode, I guess. And today I got Jacob, my son, here. He's going to help us on the farm and probably cause trouble like most 7-year-old boys do. But we're going to go on a little tour, and we're going to go over here, and this is our yard here in Bergmoor. Got some of our equipment strewn about, which we'll probably go over in a little more detail. I don't know if we'll do that in this first episode, or if we'll do that in some an upcoming episode as we work through everything. Thought we'd kind of do a little drive around the map if for people who aren't familiar with the map. I'm going to hop in our international here, 1455A. Nice little tractor. And we're just going to head out and take a little trip around, see what we can see. Jacob's going to follow us in the big T150K over here. I don't know what that tractor is. I'm not familiar with it. We found it on this farm, but it's looks like a Kirovitz. But anyhow, it's going to follow us around. This is a field we own on the left there. We got some wheat and we got some corn on field 15 over here. And if we come out this way, we got the biogas right across this road here. Nothing too fancy. Got a couple bunkers over there. This is a pretty small map, which is different for us. If you didn't see the other video, I normally play on some larger maps, usually American maps, not always. Did some time on Banthcow, but we're going to set this storyline up on this map, and there's a reason I chose the small map. Here's another field we have, 27 there. We got plenty to harvest as we get going here. I haven't explored the map just too much on my own yet. Just made a drive around this loop one time, but here is actually the village of Bergmoor, I guess, and tight little streets, but we come down here and we have one of our a sell point and the garden center down here. Pull in here. This is the garden center, and the sell point here for grains and such. Gertrude Roth. Sorry, I don't speak German, but that's the best I can do. And over here across the street is our sheep facility, I believe, best I can tell at this point. Looks like right over there. Lots of pedestrians down here to try not to run over. And see if we come on around and hop back around this way. We have our pig area coming up. You can see through the trees a little bit here. Get up here and take a look at that. Farm didn't come with any pigs. We do have 25 cows. but no pigs. We'll work up to those, I guess. So this isn't going to be a super in-depth tour, just a quick little drive around for anybody who's interested in this map or wants to kind of get a quick little look at it. You know, it's kind of your standard pig facility, nothing too unusual about it. We'll do a quick little drive through here. And I went the wrong way. Awesome. So I do like this little International. It's a modded tractor, of course. It's not an in-game one, and never had it in a game before, or this one. I like it quite a bit so far, out of the ones we got on the farm here. And we have the shop coming up on the right hand side up here. Here's the shop where we can pick up our equipment. This road here seems to do just like a big loop around kind of our map. Like I said, it's a, I pull it up here, it's a pretty small map from what I'm used to. And this road seems to just do kind of a ring around it. Got some forestry area there, a little construction zone, and then another little village up here, which is where the second cell point is. Best I've found so far, there's just two main cell points. This is just the ATM there. And the other cell point is here. And I don't remember if this is the one of these little villages has a church in it that I wanted to, yes. No? No, that's not. I wonder if that was in the other one. Anyhow, the reason I chose this map is several weeks ago, one of my relatives sent me who's into our family genealogy, sent me a PDF file, 120 pages of pictures and photos, information about the history of our family, and I am a fifth-generation immigrant from Germany. My ancestors immigrated here in 1839 and came to Missouri, which is in the United States for anybody who doesn't know, to a small town of Wittenberg, Missouri, and we're gonna scoot down this hill here and cheat a little bit because the map ends right there, and we need to get down here to make our little loop. So after sitting down with my kids and reading through and seeing all the pictures of my relative had went over there to Germany in 2000 and taken pictures of the farm that my ancestors owned. And I saw Farmer Beavis playing this map, start his series, and it reminded me quite a bit of the pictures that I saw, which I am going to do some cutscenes and try and work some of those pictures of the original farm that my family owned from 1800 to 1839, and it's kind of why I picked this map. And we're going to set it up that the story is that we inherited this from a great uncle who didn't have any kids, and worked this farm and hired some locals to help work the farm. And then when he passed, there was nobody in the family interested in taking it, so we packed up from Missouri and we headed out, and we're going to give it a go at the farm life in Germany. And it came with some of this older equipment, I guess, if you will. And we're going to try and take what we got and maybe see if we can't upgrade the farm and do what we can do. But I'm going to do a little pause here, and we're going to put in cut in some of the pictures that I have, so you can kind of see how maybe it reminded me of those pictures that I saw. So we're going to do a little pause, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we just cut back in, and I missed this on the little tour, but this is a church that reminded me of one of the pictures, which you might have just seen. Sorry, I apologize for my video editing skills. We're not very good at that kind of stuff yet. We're just learning how to do it and using a free video editor, so don't think I was able to do commentary overdoing in the still pictures. But I wanted to show that little church there. Looks like reminded me of one of the churches in the picture. We'll hop back in here and scoot back up to the farm and maybe go ahead and get started on harvesting one of our fields. So my family's original farm from 1800 to 1839 was in the village of Peitzdorf, Germany. I don't know if I pronounced that exactly correct, but that's the way that it looks. Which I'm not sure if it's still there and called that, but it's near the city of Gera, which is in present-day Thuringia. Thuringia? Let's see. This road that goes... Nice, just saw that little bit of graffiti there. No, this is not the road that goes back to the farm. Well, we gotta go past the corn. And maybe we'll start on the wheat field here. We do have 25 cows that we need to tend to, so we do need to get some straw going. And I'm not sure if Jacob here is going to try and drive the harvester or not.
Go around me.
So let's see if he's going to be able to get that going here. I'll park the International here in the yard. We had another tractor over there ready to go with the trailer. I haven't learned all the names of these these tractors exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna do the harvester. Jake was getting a little confused with that, so that's fine. So he's gonna work the pickup tractor there and see if we can't get a little bit harvesting done here on our very first episode. Oh, got that wrong. That was right. I don't usually drive the harvester that much. Usually let Horseplay do it, so I apologize. I'm not a very good driver, but we'll probably do a couple rows or a couple headlands around the outside here. It's a tricky little corner, and then might we can get it kind of situated and square it up a little bit. We might hire a worker and let them take over. Not sure what the capacity is on this, but not very much. It's an old harvester. Came with the farm. No air conditioning on this bad boy. It's a Far M66. Usually don't play with the inspector mod, but comes in handy learning the name of some of this equipment that I'm not used to using. Using some historic equipment, or vintage equipment, I guess, if you will. And we're full, so we'll see if we can't. Jacob can't find his way over here to us, and see if he can get us unloaded. We need to remind Jacob to oil our pipe there, it sounds like. So while we're waiting on him, my ancestors, like I said, came over in December 12th of 1839. And he was 48 years old. He was a widower, and he came over with his 6 surviving children, which is kind of crazy to me if you think about it. Having just 2 kids, but to pack up everything and get on a boat and move your whole life like that. But I guess there were a lot of other people doing that at that time too, looking for a better life. And here comes Jake. Get us unloaded here so we can get on our way. All right. we'll get back on our way here. That off. See if we can finish our few headlands here. And maybe let the hired worker take over. Don't know if we'll finish this whole field in the episode today. Might get it going and finish the rest of it off camera. So if you do stumble across our videos, consider leaving a like. It does help a lot, or feel free to leave some comments. We'll take any constructive criticism. I know we struggled getting our audio settings and stuff like that kind of where we wanted it, and not particularly happy with the way that it sounds yet, but we'll see if we can't work on that as we go. And as I mentioned in the other video, we're doing it on a shoestring budget and not trying to spend any more money than we have to, and the wife says we shouldn't spend any at all, so we're going to try and do it that way. But our mic is just the cheapest gaming headset you can get that plugs into Xbox controller, and we're using our video card to do the screen capture, which seems to work quite well. And that's about as technical as we got, and we're using Microsoft Movie Maker to do the editing at this point. And apparently we're full again. I wasn't paying attention. Hopefully Jake's not too far behind here. Look at that, there he is. We don't do a whole lot of multiplayer together, some, but maybe we'll do a little more with the video. But Jake thought it would be fun to do a YouTube video, so we thought we could see if we could figure it out. Been busy putting all the little nuts and bolts and graphics and getting kind of some of that stuff together, and we're both learning how to do this stuff together. He's only 7, so but it's pretty fun. And I think we'll probably end up windrowing. And we got a Don over there we can use to, or we got a forage wagon, and pick some of this up and at least get some straws for our cows. They seem a little neglected. They're hungry and need some bedding. I haven't quite figured out what we're gonna do to do the TMR. We do have a mixing truck over there, but that means we would have to bale. Not a huge fan of baling. Or we might use the, I don't know if I have it installed yet, the silo extension mod, I think it is, to where we can make the TMR in a silage bunker. That would probably be best. We do have a field full of corn, and we don't have a corn header, so, but we do have a forage header for our Don, so we could put that on and chop up the corn and make some silage. I believe we got some potatoes ready to harvest in a field. We do have a small potato harvester, so we could make some TMR for them that way. Got a mower, can get them, at least get them some grass, some water, and some straw here right away. That's probably, I guess, our highest priority. With the farm that we inherited here, it has been in the family since 1800, so it is paid off. That's a good thing. The equipment's old, it's all paid off. That's pretty good, and it even came with a little over $100,000 in the bank, so we're in pretty good shape to get this thing up and rolling. We're not going to have to struggle too much unless some of this old equipment breaks down. Do probably have some repair bills, but you know, we'll see if we can modernize the farm a little bit as we make some money here and go, but we don't need too big of equipment. But it would be nice to, you know, have some air conditioning in the harvester, I'll tell you what. It was a little warm and a little dusty. See if we can't drive in cab a little bit here. Not used to doing that with the harvester. Usually use course play or a hired worker, and I usually drive the loading wagon tractor. But we're trying to do some things a little bit different in this series to make everything a little bit different, using small equipment and doing some of the tasks that I normally wouldn't do, and drive in cab a little bit more for some of the tasks. And I didn't start the counter to see how long we've been going. We don't want the videos to be too long yet. I like to keep them at about a half an hour and not go over that, but we have learned that it does take a while to process video files, and then again to get those updated or uploaded takes quite a while, we learned, and that was only for a 10-minute video. That was what I think our first one was. Oh, and looks like we're full. Can't see. There we go. Here he comes. Look at that. He's getting pretty good. Oh, he's been sneaking up following me, he says. So maybe we'll just do one more headland here, and I think we might just call that for this episode and see if we can't get that edited out like we want. And this will be our first real episode of our series here, if you will. The other one was really just kind of learning how to do everything. So like I was saying, if you do find us and you know, give us a little bit of an encouragement, consider leaving us a like. Lets us know at least somebody found it. There were a few people that somehow stumbled across our other video, but I do have one subscriber, and that's Jake, so he's my biggest fan so far. And you know, leave any comments, constructive criticism, how we can do things a little bit better. Like I said, the audio's, it is just a cheap headset mic, so it's not as crisp and clear, but you know, it is what it is for right now, and we're having fun, and you know, we'd be happy to have you along for our little adventure here. Learn a little bit more about us and our farm, and just kind of see how things are going to go. And looks like we're going to be almost full about when we get up to the corner here, and we're full. Only about 1,500 capacity. Put the pipe out and let Jake get up on side of us here, and I guess we'll see everybody in the next episode, and hope you all have a good weekend.